You're listening to the Geekscape Network.
Time to fire up the VCR. This one's my favorite. That was gold.
Welcome to Analog Jones and the Temple of Film. I'm Steve.
I'm Matt.
And we're a VHS podcast that looks at the box art trailers behind the scenes. And Matt, we gotta dive into the rough. What are we watching this week?
We're watching a kind of a forgotten one from 1986, The Eliminators. Actually, not The Eliminators. Eliminators. No, the.
In a hidden fortress concealed by impenetrable jungle dwells Dr. Abbott Reeves, a brilliant but devious scientist with the power to create.
Help the mandroid from the cage to Colin.
Any malfunctions?
I had some trouble with this. Feels like a delay in the neurosynapse trigger.
And the will to destroy.
Move its memory and dismantle it.
It's half human.
He must be eliminated. Colonel Nora Hunter has the brains to mastermind the operation.
We need a full-time mechanic, my friend.
Fontana, the river rat.
What are you doing?
I saw this in a movie once.
When he finds himself in a tight spot, someone else has to pick up the pieces. Kuji, the ninja. He has the martial skills to destroy his enemies. The Mandroid. More machine than man. His special powers will determine whether or not they survive.
But this is from 1986, and did you notice who produced this little bad boy?
This is a whole bevy of people I like. This is Charles Band production. It's an Empire movie.
Beautiful.
And it's directed by Peter Manoogian, who did a lot of Full Moon stuff, like Seed People and things like that. It's shot by Matt Goldberg, who shot all the Stuart Gordon, Charles Band movies. It is written by Paul DeMeo and Danny Bilson, who wrote Trancers, which this is one of my favorites also. And it's got effects by John Buechler, who did the Ghoulies. So this is an all-star cast of all the people that I like.
One, I've never heard anyone talk about this.
No, me either, actually.
Two, why have I never heard anyone talk about this?
Yeah, this one was hard to find. The first time I saw this movie was probably still only about 15 years ago, and I was already knee-deep in the Full Moon trenches by then. This was hard to find when I found this 15 years ago to rent, when we still had, or probably longer than 15 years, when we still had video. I found this was hard to find to rent, to see, but it was one of the few Charlie Band movies that I hadn't seen, because it was hard to find.
Yeah, and this is one that we'll let everyone know. In one night, a lot of people, came over to Matt's and Ashley's for their birthday party. Called the Ass Hat. What do we call this? What do you call it?
We just call them Ass Hat Movie Nights.
Yeah. And if you don't know Ashley, Matt.
Ass Hat. Yeah. And we are a couple of asshats.
Yeah, so
we made all our friends watch Mamma Mia 2. It was great.
I'm going to be honest, folks. Mamma Mia 2 was a lot of fun.
Mamma Mia 2 is fucking awesome.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's great.
Yes. Correct.
And bad, cheesy at the same time. I'm going to be honest. I enjoyed it more than Rock Aliens. Wow. I love that.
Wow. Bold statement.
I'm not saying it's better.
But you enjoyed it more.
I enjoyed it more that night because I'd never seen it. I'd never seen it. But I could watch it alone and be like, Mamma Mia 2 is terrible. You know what I mean? Like,
no, if you watch it alone, you'd be like, it's infectious. You watch it alone and be like, this is great.
I think everyone walked out shocked, except you and Ashley.
Because we knew. We were like, yeah, none of our friends are going to want to watch this, but they're going to be so glad they did when it's over.
Accurate. In fact, it was, I don't even remember the last movie. I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Mm-hmm. What was your other one you remember?
Night of the Roxbury.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, too.
That movie's really fun, too. Everybody forgets that that's a sleeper. That's a really funny one.
Yeah. In fact, it was so good, I was like, I think this is the best Saturday Night Live movie. And then Katie turned around, she's like, Wayne's World? And I was like, oh, yeah, forgot that. Totally forgot.
But it's a top fiver of the Saturday Night Lives, for sure.
Yeah. I just forgot Wayne's World of Saturday Night Live because it's so good.
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
It's just a Mike Myers movie.
Well, it's like Austin Powers. Like, I forget it. Like, obviously it's not Saturday Night Live, but I forget it's Mike Myers. Even though, obviously, like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's too good to be, like, related to any of the bad comedies that, you know, like The Ladies' Man or... Which I can't even remember. I don't even know. That one we could watch too and be like...
I actually just watched The Ladies' Man. It's better than you remember. It's not great, but it's better than you remember it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was one of those that was just on at the end of the night in HBO.
Yeah.
And you know what I wish was on every night on HBO? Eliminators. So I found this in a dead guy's basement.
Yes.
There's a story to that. Fuck it. Missouri, dead guy's basement, Matt's birthday present.
Yes. Basically, yeah. That's what it is. And I was like, oh, fuck. I like this movie.
Well, I texted you one day, I go, have you seen The Eliminators? And then I think I said, it has an evil scientist, a mini tank with a cyborg riding in it, and...
A mandroid.
I had a hard time not calling him Manborg in this, and I don't know why.
Well, there's the Mandroid franchise that Full Moon started later, and then the Manborg movie that Astron 6 did. So, a lot of it. There's a lot going on.
I don't remember the text I said, but it's like time travel, magic, ninjas. I don't fucking... And you're like, oh, yeah, I remember seeing it a long time ago, but it sounds perfect. And we picked it. I also, in the exact same Dead Man's Basement, found the Shout Factory 4 Sci-Fi Movie Marathon.
Yeah, it's got that's the one with Arena on it, and that's the only place you can find Arena because Arena's now lost. So,
oh, it is?
Yeah, because when they went to do the Blu-ray of it, they couldn't find it again, so they had to just when they did the Blu-ray set, they just put this DVD in there because they can't find it anymore.
Oh, that's weird. So someone stole it?
I don't know like what the idea like or what's going on with the transfer, but it is now a lost film. So,
boo.
The DVD is the highest transfer we're going to get of Arena right now.
Isn't it incredibly hard to find on VHS?
Yes,
it's like expensive hard.
Yes,
right?
Yes,
not just rare, expensive.
Like Eliminators though. Eliminators is very hard to find on VHS as well.
I'm going to be honest. Those $3, man.
You got a deal. You could have not given it to me as a birthday present and sold it on eBay and made $50 probably.
Well, because it was on this DVD set, I was like, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Because I did not buy this for Eliminators. I bought it for Arena.
Yeah.
And America 3000 because I just looked at that and I go, what the fuck is this? And then I found out, I was like, oh, this is Canon 2. That one's I'm not a big a fan of.
Yeah, I never saw that. So we talk about the cover first?
Yeah.
All right. So Eliminators, we already talked about everybody who's involved in it. That's amazing. So we've got the Manborg in his tank machine, shooting his gun forward with our heroes, Denise Crosby from Pet Sematary and Andrew Prine from Grizzly and Witch House 2. And then the other guy, the Asian guy.
Yep.
I've never seen him in anything else, so I don't know who he is. But they're all coming and like fighting in like this painted image. That's the cover here. That looks amazing.
It's just like fucking like a team. It reminds me of I've got another.
Oh, Night Force. Yeah, that's another team one.
Yeah, it reminds me of Night Force.
Yeah. I've never seen that movie, but I also have that same VHS. But I've never
seen yours work? Oh, you don't know.
I don't know.
Mine doesn't work.
Well, I'll let you know if mine works.
Well, it works. It's just awful.
Oh, okay. I'll let you know if mine works. But anyway, this is what Eliminators is about, if you don't know, which you probably don't know because it's a very hard movie to find. It's very weird. When genius turns to evil, can the world be saved? Abbott Reeves, Roy Dotrice, is a brilliant scientist who mastered time travel and created a mandroid. Half man, half machine. The mandroid, Patrick Reynolds, is a former pilot named John who was rescued from a plane crash by Reeves and transformed into his slave. In truth, Reeves is an evil madman whose sole aim is to rule the world. Result? Mandroid is out to avenge himself on his creator. He gains the help of the beautiful Nora, Denise Crosby, one of the Reeves scientists. Soon added to the group is Fontana, Andrew Prine, a Mexican jungle guide, and finally Kung Fu expert Conan Lee, with a mission of his own. Eliminators is action-packed science fiction that spans not only centuries of historical worlds, but includes fantastic weaponry not yet invented. Breathtaking adventure for all ages. 95 minutes, PG.
You don't have to say that description. So who's the Mexican guy?
That's Andrew Prine. The guy that's in the movie.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
He is not Mexican. He is a guide in the Mexican jungle.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, now I was like, huh?
Yeah, he is a guide through the Mexican jungle. He is not a Mexican.
Okay, all right.
He is a white guy.
Huh? Oh, man. So, when we stick in this tape, no trailers.
No trailers. It just jumps right in. We get the Empire logo, and we get to go. Oh, we get the Playhouse Video logo. Playhouse Video was only around for a very short time. In the mid '80s. It is a division of Fox, CBS Fox. So I must have just been like one of their other labels for a while, for a minute.
I've seen a few of their movies because I remembered it. But yeah, it is short-lived.
Yes, a short-lived video imprint company. But then the Empire logo pops up. And we're off and running.
Haven't we done another Playhouse movie?
Probably. It's probably here if we have. But I can't remember.
Well, no, it could have been one of yours, too.
I don't think I have any other Playhouses. Okay. So it might be here if we did another one.
Hey, I gotta tell you, this might be my second favorite Diamond in the Rough since Eye of the Tiger.
Nice. Yeah, no, I really like this movie. This movie's super fun.
This thing has everything.
Yeah, it has it all from moment one.
Yes.
Roman
soldiers just show up and one of the shields gets zapped by a laser.
Yeah. Also, too, this movie's 90 minutes. It just flies. It covers everything and it just flies by.
It was awesome. We got to get into this because this is another movie where you blink or look down, you look up, and you're like, what's happening?
We're in a different world.
Yeah.
Because there's so much stuff they're all doing.
But unlike Cyborg, where I was kind of confused, I'm not saying that that's terrible, because this was just like, what are we doing? And in a beautiful way.
Yeah.
First, we get the Roman soldiers, and then we get the red eye looking at the actual camera and everything. I go, oh, this beginning is nothing like Terminator.
And that's when we get the Mandroid, right? That's the next scene where we get the introduction of the Mandroid and the Doctor.
Well, yeah, and then we find out that he's time traveling. Mm-hmm. They're using a Mandroid, I guess, to test it. They don't really say, but I assume. Mm. And then we get an evil scientist who plugs something into the side of his... what? He plugs in a tube into the side of his body, and at the time I figured out what it was, but it was funny they didn't tell you in it. You had to figure it out.
It's what he uses to drive him, right?
It's what he uses to rejuvenate his body.
Got it.
So he becomes younger.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. So I am starting to cross actual Mandroid with this movie.
Yeah, now
1992's Mandroid with this movie.
So this evil scientist tells the nice scientist to kill Mandroid, which pisses him off. He's like, have compassion. No one showed me compassion. And I figured out they never tell you what happened to this guy. This mad scientist.
Will they never tell you what happens to the mad scientist?
No. I was trying to figure it out the whole time. What happened to him?
I thought they covered it. I thought he came back at the end. He doesn't come back at the end?
No, he does come back at the end. No. He says they never showed me compassion. Who is they? What happened to him?
Right. Yes.
Yes, I have no further use for the Mandroid. Remove its memory, then dismantle it.
We can't!
He's long since dead, Takada. He's a machine.
His brain, it's half human. Arrive! For God's sake, show some compassion.
May I remind you that we have been dissecting the very building blocks of the universe? Since when have we been concerned with compassion? What compassion was ever shown to me?
I assume it was just lost to time, they cut it or something. I don't know what it was. Or it
doesn't matter. He was wronged and now he's getting revenge.
The entire time I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And they never show it, so I was like, okay. And then I love that he has a fully functional cyborg. He's conquered time travel, and then he goes, kill it. And then he has the Mandroid kill the nice scientist.
Right.
And I was like, no! But then immediately Mandroid gets in a mini tank, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm happy.
Yeah, his lower half becomes a tank.
Yeah, like, I don't even know when he got in it. Like, he's just
You don't see it, you just see in the next shot he goes...
Yeah,
you don't see him get in it or anything like that. He just starts wheeling down the hallway.
And it's fucking awesome. And then all these hillbillies come out, and the one hillbilly has a rifle, a bolt-action rifle with 4 scopes on it.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he does. And this guy we recognize from stuff. This guy's been in stuff.
I believe he was the owner of the bar in Terminator 2. Oh, he also gives Arnold the sunglasses. Well, I mean, Arnold takes them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so we have seen this guy in something else. And I knew I recognized him from something.
He's entertaining.
Yes, he's very fun to watch in this movie.
Same character, every movie. I think he's also in Marlboro Man.
Oh, I never saw that one.
What is the full title?
Harley Davidson in the Marvel Man? Yeah, I never saw that one.
Oh, that's beautiful trash.
I've been hearing a lot of people talk about that one.
Don
recently.
Johnson.
Yeah, that one's making a comeback. People like that movie now.
Yeah, we'll catch up because my mom and I used to watch that shit all the time.
I've never seen it, but everybody's talking about it right now.
You heard that right. My mom and I.
Your mom is on the pulse of the trash movies that are coming back now.
Well, plus, I think she thought Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson were hot.
Yeah, which she's
not
wrong about. Which she's absolutely right about.
She's like, oh, you like this? And I'm like, pretty sure I'm not supposed to be watching this, Ma. She's like, shh, honey. Mommy's paying attention. And then I love it in these small budget films where they make clearly what is a firework come out of like and then it's a quote unquote rocket.
Yes.
So they shoot Mandroid in the back of the head, but he still escapes through. I also love too that they don't break the gate of the fence. They clearly break the rocks, because you don't want to fuck up a gate. You need to use that shit.
Yeah, they can't use that later. They can't pay that off later.
So they just break the broken rocks. It's fun, and then he just rolls out, and the hillbillies are like, "Damn, he got away. We'll get him later."
Yeah,
it's fun.
Thus begins our adventure.
10 minutes in, we know what's happening. Mandroid, run.
I also like now. Okay, it's been like a week since I watched this, so let's see if we can get this. The woman, is she with the hillbillies, or is she a different
which
foil?
Woman?
Not our hero, not Denise Crosby. You're
talking about Bayou Betty?
Yes, Bayou Betty. Is she with the Terminator 2 hillbilly? But she is also on the hunt for our heroes in the movie.
For a different reason.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
but they do link up at some point in the movie, though. The hillbillies and Bayou Betty. Okay.
So this is beautiful. I will explain this to you because I've seen it twice.
Yes,
the last 2 films I've seen twice in like a span of 4 months.
Yes, and this one I just watched like a week ago, but then hadn't seen for a long time.
So I rewatched it last night or the night before.
Eliminators?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what. Okay, so I'll have questions for you.
So my next note is, hey, look, everyone, it's Denise Crosby. Remember her from Star Trek? She has a robot named Spot. It's not an R2-D2 ripoff at all.
Wasn't a Trek guy, but I was a big Pet Sematary guy, so I knew when she showed up right away that I had a familiarity with her.
She's got a freaky deaky past.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think her and Dennis Hopper had a relationship for a while.
All you need to say.
That's all I need to say. She's got quite a bit of nudity online. I'm going to tell you how I found this out. They're like, oh, you didn't know Denise Crosby did Playboy? And I'm like, no, why the fuck? I don't
read 80s Playboys.
Yeah, why the fuck would I give a shit? And she did it twice. I think she did it before she was a Star Trek and then after.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And they're like, no, seriously, just, Google it. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. So I finally did it because naturally I'm curious. And I'm like,
exactly what I'm going to do
later. And just wait.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the fuck? She says, yeah, she's very, let's just say, comfortable.
All right.
In her skin.
Right on.
Which I can't blame.
For her.
Fantastic shape.
She, in this PG-rated movie, we get a very explicit wet T-shirt scene with her.
Yeah.
when she's in the plane. Yeah. When she's trapped in that plane.
Well, and you know what's funny was when I saw this, I go, oh, clearly she's, she's not going to, she's got a no nudity clause. That's why I was assuming. She's like, I don't want to ever do that trash. And this is what, like...
Yeah, you perceived. And
then later I'm like, no, not at all. I'm just like, just Google it, people. You'll see what I'm talking about.
All right.
Something called Red Shoe Diaries, too, is something you'll see.
I'll be...
Which I don't even know what that is.
I'll work on that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to do.
And then look up some penises later on so you don't feel as dirty.
Balance it out.
Balance it out.
So just like my typical Sunday.
Yeah, pretty much. Like football, penis, football, boobs. It's like, wow, man. I didn't even know you watched the football.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was going to say, one element isn't right, but the rest sound about right.
So what'd you think about Spot?
Spot I already cannot picture him. Oh, okay. I can picture him now.
He was in camo, so I could see why you could lose him.
He was there. It was a cool robot thing. Little trash can guy.
I just was trying to figure out why. I was like, man, this is such like just a bunch of stuff. It's like when someone makes a meal out of like just a bunch of dishes.
Yeah.
That like don't match.
Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that they like have included this robot. Yeah. I just don't really remember any significance of the robot.
Well, so I started picking it up. So like, Mandroid hunts her down. Not hunt, but he like tracks her because the good scientist says, "Find Hunter." Mm. And he thought, well, I thought Hunter would be a man because Hunter. And I don't know if she's a doctor or a colonel. I put Dr. Colonel Hunter.
Probably both, because it's an Everything in the Kitchen Sink movie.
So I guess she is an expert in technology. I mean, that's kind of what they say. They don't say... I don't think they say robots. I think she's like, hey, that's my technology. And
yeah, and it's the flying little...
Well, you made a
trash
robot,
can guy. Yeah.
So let's go with that. And then she right away, she's like, okay, I'll help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they get out of wherever they are. I think they have to get past the security guards, and then we go straight into a different movie. They're like, they need to get down a river, so she walks in. This is pretty funny. She walks into that bar and goes, I need the best boat person to get us down the river, and it leads to one of the most bizarre, hilarious bar fights.
Yes, because now I'm remembering Bayou Betty. She had just come in the earlier in the scene to argue with Andrew Prine because Andrew Prine was taking the business away from her, right?
That's it, yeah.
And then Denise Crosby comes in and says, "I need the best," and Andrew Prine's well, duh, I'm the best. And then Bayou Betty's like, "No, I'll take you. I'm the best." And then they get into the bar fight,
and which she wins.
Yeah,
but then Fontana, one of the best characters in this entire movie, smashes a bottle over her head and goes, "Come with me!"
Yeah, exactly.
Harry is his name Harry Fontana?
I just remember Fontana. I don't remember his first name.
Either way, Harry Fontana. I'm going to go with Harry Fontana. Best character in the movie.
I love Andrew Prine. He has a great performance in Witch House 2. If you guys haven't ever seen it, it's a Full Moon J.R. Bookwalter movie from 2000. He plays a witch hunter, and he's like this level of fun.
Yeah.
So
was he in Doctor Who at all at one point?
I'm not a Doctor Who guy. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, kind of am, but not really at all. But I am, but not.
Whatever floats your boat, dude. I don't know anything about it.
I've seen him, but I couldn't tell you shit about him.
Gotcha.
Clearly, that's what I mean by it. It was one hell of a bar fight, and that's when the hillbillies and
show up,
and Betty, Bayou Betty, are chasing them both in a boat. Harry Fontana's running, and then they do the old throw the barrel off the side and it explodes. But then I think their boat breaks down, so I was like, oh, okay, this is like the Millennium Falcon and Han Solo.
Yeah, this is absolutely a Han Solo character.
Yeah, and then they escape, but somehow Fontana goes this way, Denise Richards and or Colonel Hunter, Doctor, I don't know. They go a different direction. I don't know how though. But then they get back together. But either way, they escape. But then the hillbillies try to kill Mandroid, but he still gets away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it all works out, and I've seen it twice.
Yeah, I don't remember. Like I said, I watched this only a week ago, but there is a lot happening in this movie. I just remember that we were talking about it. There is the plane in the water too. When does that happen? Is this after?
Yes, that's when they come back together. Is after that because Fontana has to come and help them.
So then he comes, and then that's when the plane goes down and she gets trapped in there, and they have to save her.
I don't know how they get to the plane. That's what I'm trying to say, but I know after the plane. So they get there and they're like, "Wow, what a coincidence! We found." So this is a pilot. I don't know if it's supposed to be Vietnam pilot. We don't know, but he was a pilot that was shot down, and they used his body to create Mandroid. Mm-hmm. Or her technology to whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
And so Denise Richards flies into this broke down plane with ease.
Mm-hmm.
Sees a magazine and then a picture of a woman and a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But then she gets trapped in the plane, and I'm like, well, why can't you just swim out again? She's like, oh no, Mandroid, help me. And he shoots like a grappling hook, just like Luke Skywalker when him and Princess Leia go across the bridge that won't like extend. So he shoots basically the same thing. Fontana comes by and goes, oh, let me help you. And then he just cuts a little bitty tree root.
Yeah.
And she's fine.
Yeah, he moves a stick and she can get out.
For a third of the treasure.
Yes.
Which I love. There is no treasure.
Mm-hmm. That's how they get him to take.
Yeah.
They say there's a treasure. But then when he he's one of our heroes. He's our Han Solo. When he realizes there is no treasure, he's still going to help them.
Yes, because down deep, he's a good guy, even though he busted a bottle over Bayou Betty's head.
Yeah, and he's a hard ass. He's a Han Solo type.
Yeah. He's like, you're stupid, you're dumb, I'll come with you.
He's really fun to watch in this movie.
Yes, he is.
We're not really selling how fun he is in this movie.
I don't... What else is... I've never seen him in anything else.
It's Witch House 2, Grizzly.
Oh, shit, he is in Grizzly. Oh, shit.
He's very young in Grizzly.
Yeah.
Because that's about 10 years before this. Oh, you have Grizzly.
Yeah.
So Those are the only two I know him from. But he's very good.
I meant the old guy from Doctor Who. The old guy, the scientist.
I don't know who the old guy is. I'm talking about Andrew Prine.
Okay.
Fontana.
All right. I thought his name was the... Okay. So we were confused.
Yeah, Abbott Reeves is the scientist. That's not the actor, that's the character's name. No, it's
Abbott Reeves is the... Yeah. Anyway, so... I think then we cut back to the scientist. Oh, but we found out Spot has the ability to not only fly, but like teleport.
Mm-hmm.
And then he attaches the Mandroid's back shoulder, which...
Right, like a parrot, because he's small.
Yeah, I just said, where is this? Spot riding on Manborg's shoulder is trash perfection. And then wait, Spot can teleport? And he's in camouflage? And he can fly? Fuck.
Yeah. Spot can do it all, but I forgot Spot was in this movie. Because there's so much other shit going on.
Yeah, and then Denise Richards... We get side
Crosby.
Crosby. Not Richard. Oh shit, she was in Playboy too.
Yeah.
So Denise Crosby takes off her shirt, and of course, like Mandroid's staring at her, which I found weird.
Yeah, because he's not like reacting because Fontana's like doing the I'm not gonna look, but I'm kind of gonna look kind of thing, like a typical that kind of guy thing. But Mandroid's just like. Straight up, just
I know,
looking
awkward, staring.
Yeah, yes.
But I think he and then they make him look down, kind of like confusion,
like he doesn't know what he's seeing. Yeah.
That was weird because Denise Crosby didn't when she saw Harry Fontana doing it, she's like, ugh.
Yeah, but she doesn't really have any reaction to Mandroid doing it at all.
No.
Which
kind of
crazy weird.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother discussion to maybe take apart someday.
Yeah, that was weird. And then Mandroid falls overboard. They can't find him in Spot for, 5 minutes, and they're like, well, fuck it, we gotta go on. They'd want us to. And I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
The entire movie is built on you getting Mandroid to... I didn't even know where they were going, but it turns out they're just going back to the evil scientists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The entire movie's built on that. And Spot is your creation. And you're like, well, they're gone.
I guess that's it. I guess we just got to keep going.
It's just like Billy Madison. You gave up looking for that dog that fast? You get out there and you find that fucking dog. You just don't give up.
That little boy's got to think. You got a pet. You got a responsibility. If your dog is lost, you don't look for an hour and then call it quits. You get your ass out there and you find that fucking dog.
But they leave. And then a Mandroid walks out of the water with Spot, and I'm like, oh, I guess he doesn't need to breathe air.
Yeah, because he's a droid, I guess. Cool.
All right.
He doesn't walk out. He wheels out of the water.
Oh. Right.
He is still attached to his tank at this point.
Wait, what?
Isn't he?
No, he walks out.
He walks out?
He doesn't get the tank until he's outside. Okay. Well, he walks out.
He walks out.
Yeah,
okay.
Trust me on that one. I know what you're... Yeah.
What am I confused about? Get me to where I'm confused.
Yeah. So I said Mandroid and Spot are alive. This tag team would dominate the WWE. You know what the film Eliminators needs? Neanderthals. Oh, check.
Got us covered. It has us covered.
They don't even explain that the evil scientist goes back in the past and captures Neanderthals and then, I guess, trains them?
Uses them as their guards, somewhat.
Yeah. And then there's a guy who Mandroid bumps into this guy, and he's sitting down, and I go, oh, this guy looks like a ninja or something. Dr. Takawa, which is the nice scientist, has a son. His son's name is Kuji, and he looks like a ninja. That makes perfect sense. Next line. He is a ninja! I knew it! Because they don't show him with a sword or anything.
I mean, on the cover they do.
On the cover. Yeah, I didn't look at that. I'm just saying, like, he's sitting by a fire, and the way he's talking, I go, wow, that's gotta be a ninja, right?
Mm-hmm. And yes, he is.
And then he is, and then we have rocket boots for the save.
No. There are rocket boots.
Yeah,
that's right.
So it's just beautiful. But also, I noticed Spot always pokes up after all danger is gone. I call him the smartest character in the movie.
Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, and then after all this, I don't even know what they were running from. Well, they were running from the Neanderthals shooting arrows at them. We have a Mandroid with lasers.
With literal fireworks cannons
in
his arm.
And they wreck. And then Harry Fontana has the best quote in the movie. What is this, some kind of goddamn comic book? We got robots, cavemen, and kung fu. That's it. I quit.
Oh, swell. Our little buddy. I've lost my boat. We're stuck out here in the middle of nowhere. What is this, anyway? Some kind of goddamn comic book? We got robots. We got cavemen. We got kung fu. Well, that's it, all right? I quit.
I really liked it because it just, like, the writers knew what was happening.
Yes.
They were like, this is nuts. Love it.
Yeah.
Hey, look, the mini tank's back, and it's hidden. So he gets out and he goes, I hid my tank here, and it's, like, in the middle of there's no, it's not like it was covered in, like, tree limbs and branches and leaves or anything like that. It's just behind two little trees.
And this is when he comes rolling up.
Yes.
Okay. I knew there was a moment in which he comes rolling up.
Do you remember when he wrecks?
No.
He just slides over a rock and falls on his side, and I was like, no, Android tipped over. But the hillbillies with the three-wheelers.
Oh, yeah.
They're, like, riding around. I know what this is like, because the second time you can absorb this movie better.
Yes, and it's been a long time since I saw it the first time.
Yeah.
They come riding up on the...
They have, like, three-wheelers with, like, shields in front, so Mandroid can't shoot them. And then he tips over and falls over. He gets out of his little bitty tank, and then I think the ninja starts fighting with them, and eventually they get away.
God, I don't know why I can't remember any of that. It is gone. It has been eliminated.
Well, they defeat the hillbillies, but the fat hillbilly is just like, I'll get you, you scrapyard son of a bitch.
Checks out. Sounds right.
And then that night, Denise Crosby is talking to Mandroid, and he says he lets her know that he can't kill himself. He can't self-terminate, basically. And I was like, James Cameron, what do you have to say for yourself? 'Cause this is before Terminator 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I'm thinking James Cameron's like, this
Eliminators. We got to get that actor and that storyline.
What about Arnold? I love him. I do. But that actor. He's just like, he was watching this while filming Aliens.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
It all adds up.
So yeah, and then and then Spot comes and he's evil and he's shooting him. And I love how she points out. She goes, "That's not part of his programming." And I'm like, "How did he get the laser?" She's like, "No, I'm cool with that." And then the evil scientist Albert Reeves. We didn't even talk about his like force glove.
Yes,
where he picks up the hillbilly and then shocks him in the nuts.
Yes.
But
Nintendo Power Glove.
Yeah. But then we find out that Albert Reeves also has Jedi Ghost powers or Zordon powers where he can just have his head appear.
That's right.
A floating head. And then he tells them, you better get away because I can do what I want. I'm going to kill you. When they were breaking into the fortress, I'm doing air quotes, of Albert Reeves, Kuji jumps through a fan. The fan is spinning super fast, but he like concentrates really hard as he ducks down and jumps through the fan.
Ninja powers.
Right when that happened, I go, greatest film I've ever watched. Because it makes no sense. They've never established that he can do this. It's just ninja.
Yeah, he can jump through fans. It's fine.
80s ninja, done.
Yep.
And then we have Harry Fontana trips the alarm, and the next cut is Mandroid yelling out loud. Like, it's not like he's like, I must make a distraction to help them. No. At the same time, like, it's a big deal that, like, well, it's actually not a big deal. Harry Fontana sets off the alarm after they find all this, like, really old stuff that clearly Albert Reeves is in traveling time. And then you're like, uh-oh, they better get away. Next cut is Mandroid going, come out and get me. And then they're caught. So I was like, I guess I got cut from the film. But what was funny was, like, all these times that they couldn't get caught, they kept getting away. The time they do get caught, they just don't even show it.
Yeah.
Can't make this shit up. Then he's got a laser that disintegrates everything. But Kuji throws a throwing star and blows up the two hillbillies. And we lost our fat hillbilly and his sidekick that never talks.
Yes. I do remember them dying. That is something I remember in the movie.
Oh, yeah. And Albert Reeves says, you may fire when ready. Exactly. Like Tarkin.
Oh, yeah.
Matt, I believe I'm on a 10 when it comes to how much I love this movie. And you're like a 5 because you're like, I'm trying to remember all this.
I was so with you for the beginning of this movie. This section of the movie is a blur to me because it was so much to process the first part of this movie that, like, the second half, like, honest to God, after the meeting, I think, of Kuji, that's probably the last thing that is in my brain.
Once they meet Kuji, this I assume his name is Kuji. I don't know. I mean, I wrote it down. So the movie just goes off the fucking tracks.
Yeah, because I cannot remember any of this. I mean, it's coming to me in flashes as you're describing it to me, but
like Reeves, the scientist who can do it all, has all these awesome toys and everything like that. But he, like, I guess purchases, like, at Hillbilly Toys R Us, like, and he's just like, oh, you know, these will be all your goons. They're dumb. I'm like, you think he'd be like have more mandroids,
right? Make more mandroids if that's the case.
But I guess, you know,
Neanderthals we're going to have to do.
So Reeves comes out, and I describe him as a Roman Captain America. He has a shield, he has a laser gun, he is over the top and having a blast. I don't know if you remember that, but you can tell this man is just like, this is fucking awesome. I don't get to do these I don't know what he's done ever. I think he was Moriarty in the old British
Sherlock Holmes. Interesting. Yeah, no, he's having fun. I do remember him in this movie. Like, I knew he came back. I knew there was a big finale with him. I remember the Nintendo Power Glove.
He shoots him with an orb, and Mandroid has to, like... I mean, he was getting his ass kicked from Albert Reeves anyway, and then he has to self-sacrifice... Well, he doesn't self-sacrifice, but he grabs the orb, which kills him. But the characters just leave. They're like, oh no, Mandroid's dead! He did it for us. All right, let's go get Albert Reeves.
We have a mission.
And then he's like, I'm going to take over the Roman Empire. He's obsessed with Romans. They never explain why.
It's probably attached to whatever his revenge is.
But they cut it all out of the film. Like, we don't have time to, film all that shit. And then, like, Harry Fontana, like, they can't, he's going back in the past, which I guess would change all the future now. They fuck up. They're like, oh no, we couldn't stop him. And Harry Fontana just punches his computer, and it sends him back to, like,
that I remember.
4 million.
Yes.
Or, like,
yes.
4 billion BC, whatever.
This is when I snap back into the movie, and I'm no longer in the haze that I was in. Yes. I remember him getting sent to the different time.
And it just ends. It's just like, ha ha ha, I hope Albert Reeves loves, the beginning of Earth. And it shows him, his, like, little machine crashes, and he's like, no!
Isn't there something happening in the beginning of it? I don't think it's like a dinosaur, but there's something happening.
No, it's just lava.
Oh, it's just lava? Okay.
It's before Earth formed. So,
oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's... And then it just ends on a freeze frame of them, and it goes to credits.
Yes,
like
it just cuts back to the like doctors or his lair, and they're just like standing there laughing, being like, "We got him."
Yeah, they don't mourn the death of Mandroid at all. It's just like, meh.
We didn't know him. We didn't know him as the pilot.
Well, Denise Crosby kisses him at one point, which is so weird.
I don't even remember that. I'm going to be totally honest, I don't even remember that. That's fucking crazy.
She's like, no, I can't kill you. You've come this far. And then she kisses him. And then Albert Reeves' floating head shows up.
Oh, is that when his head shows
up? To wreck the party.
There's just too much shit in this movie for me to take in.
Well, I think, like I said, like the last 30 minutes of this is just like, you have to watch it on its own. You have to watch this movie a couple times to get it all.
Yeah,
and I'm sure I could watch
much happening in
I'm sure I could watch it a third time and be like, huh? I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know why I like browned out for like the last third of this movie, but I totally did.
Like I said, this is a diamond in the rough. I love it. This is everything that I look for in trash action sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this movie too. I'm unfortunately not remembering that much about it, but I really had a good time watching it again. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of shit happening. I like the effects and stuff like that. I like the way Mandroid looks. I like his tank thing. It is super fun. This movie's a blast.
It's just a bunch of ideas from other films, I think. Like, oh, I always wanted to do this. Put it in. I had this prop from a movie, but we couldn't use it. Put it in. Like, it just like glue it on. And then before you know it, you have like. It reminds me of Chucky. Was it Chucky 2 when he gets into the machine and then he comes out with like all the limbs
it's all
stuck to him, and I'm like, this is this movie.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
it
fucking
is.
Stick everything on it.
It's a lot of shit. It is. And that I think is why I browned out for like the last third, because there's just so much happening. But it's super fun. It is a blast, and I enjoyed watching all of it.
Beautiful. Just beautiful film.
Absolutely.
Trash masterpiece.
Yeah.
Saying it right now.
Yeah.
To get into the museum?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is the second time I've had to reclaim my property from you.
That belongs in a museum.
So do you.
I can't even tell you what to put in this because it's everything. But I guess if I had to pick something, I'm going to go with Albert Reeves as Roman Captain America with a laser gun that looks like he's kind of like Iron Man.
Mine is just going to be another look. I love the Mandroid's tank body. It's awesome.
Who couldn't love it?
He's a centaur, but like his other half is a tank instead of a horse.
Well, and I was trying to think, does he take his legs off and then connect? Or what does
we
he
never
do?
see it.
We never see.
We don't know what he does. He's just like, hey, I'm a guy. Hey, I got a tank now.
Every time it was just like, here's my tank, and then next cut, I'm on a tank.
Yeah.
And clearly we know why they couldn't. But you think I'm assuming the actor's like on his knees with his legs bent, but that would terrify me. because this is a real rolling mechanism.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of got to be like this, sort of. Like, he's like laying kind of like, but oh my god.
So I'm assuming that he didn't have a lot of lines, and what lines he had were very robotic, mechanical, because this is probably a stuntman. I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I'm assuming this is a stuntman, and they're like, well, this is not safe. We really want to roll someone around in this. So they're like, we'll get Denise Crosby, which I don't know if this has to be before Star Trek. Star Trek was 86.
This is 86.
Yeah, but when was this?
This was like 86, I think. So,
okay.
Maybe right before.
Oh man, I hope this isn't the movie where she goes, you know what? I'm leaving Star Trek. Not good enough for me. I'm gonna go off in my movie career. She did get Pet Sematary. What year was that?
89.
All right, so she really thought she was gonna be hot shit.
I mean, she's fucking awesome in Pet Sematary, and she's
I'm
really
just saying,
fun in this too. So
I mean, she's famously super hard to work with.
Okay.
At first, I was just like, I heard someone complain. I go, "You're just a man, and you don't like a strong woman." And then I heard, some people, some of the ladies from Star Trek complain about working. And I go, "You're just one of those women that hate to work with women." And then I heard, like Wesley Crusher complain. I go, Denise, you're gonna have to. Okay, kids, I can't. You know what? I just think you suck.
No defending her anymore.
Like when it gets to like kids, I'm like, Denise, if I was her agent, I could defend you from the adults, but
the kids don't like working.
Kids don't like working. What the fuck?
What are you doing wrong, girl?
But she's in a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah,
if you look at her IMDb.
Yeah, this is weird, and Pet Sematary is pretty fucking weird.
Oh no, there's a lot more.
Oh, I'm sure.
That I never knew existed until I started looking up her career, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I wouldn't be surprised if she was in like a Cyborg 3 kind of movie.
Oh, I'm sure. Let's hope.
Like one of those 90s direct-to-video sequels. I'm sure she's in one of those.
But I think clearly she really thought she was going to be like a leading lady. And it just didn't work out, and I think one of the biggest reasons was like people could not stand to work with her.
All right.
She is famously hard to work with.
Interesting.
I don't know why. Well, I mean, because she sucks, probably.
Because she's hard to work with.
But I think that's all I've got, and you have to go see it. Like, find this.
Yeah, honestly, if you do find this VHS, pick it up fucking immediately because it's a hard one to find. Yeah. But if you can just find the Shout Factory DVD, pick that up.
And it's a good buy too. I mean, I don't know how much these cost from Shout Factory now.
I don't think they're terribly expensive.
No, but I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming
they're pretty affordable.
Even at $12, let's say, I don't know, $3 a movie, totally worth it.
Yeah,
because Eliminators is priceless.
And you can't get Arena anywhere else right now, so
yeah, which is sad.
Yeah, it's lost to the sands of time for now.
Until it's kind of a fun movie.
Until somebody finds a new way they could transfer it.
Is Arcade one that I've seen Arcade online? I've never seen Arcade on. What
it's on DVD. It's made to DVD. But there's two versions of it. Also, there's the original CG. There's the original CG version from '92, and then there's the improved CG version from '94. So maybe they're waiting to fix those both up or something. I don't know. There's no Blu-ray of it yet, and the DVD is just a VHS transfer. So.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, a lot of that happened because they're just like, get it on.
Yes, put it out. Let's make our money.
That's going to end it this week. Man, it's been a ride. What people don't know is I didn't announce it, but I am now engaged.
That's right. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, it's fun. Also stressful. Planning a wedding.
Yeah.
Tough stuff.
And this is fairly fresh too when we were recording. This was only like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean
that was publicly. I found out about it. Yeah. That was publicly announced.
Well, it was publicly announced really quick.
Oh, okay. So what was that? Like 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah, I mean
it's still pretty fresh.
Yeah, but I mean this podcast will come out. We have
100 years from now. Yes,
everyone knows already. So.
But yeah, no, congratulations, dude. That's awesome. I'm excited for you guys.
I think we should have a trash movie themed wedding, but apparently that was shot down immediately.
That's for when me and you get married.
Like that would just be a sitcom. Ashley and Sarah look at each other. Wah, wah.
Yeah, these idiots.
right. Until next time. It'll be a while. Like, what people don't know is we try to record 3 or 4 at a time.
Yes. So
that's our goal.
Yeah. Steve is normal and works like a 9 to 5. I work nights and weekends, so we get him in when we can.
I call you the hustler.
Yes, I've got 3 jobs and I work nights and weekends. So
and you're about to have a film festival again,
and I have to do another film festival again. But I'm here when I can because I love it and everything like that. So if I'm gone for a week or something again, that's why. It's not because I don't want to do it. It's just because life, and I gotta pay the fucking bills.
Fucking adulting. Adulting ruins everything.
Yeah, it does. I just want to sit and watch my VHSs.
If we could find a sponsor.
Yeah, right? Then maybe I can leave one of my jobs and I can do this more often.
We can only find a way to make money.
Right.
Being idiots.
Somebody please just set up a PayPal for us and just somebody give us sympathy money.
Okay. So that'll end it. You can find us online. You know how the internet works. Search Analog Jones. We're all over the place. YouTube. We'll come back with videos. We just didn't do it in this trip because I don't have time to edit anything. A lot of this shit's just going.
That's great.
Holidays are nuts.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
We're Bill O'Reillying this fucker.
Yes.
But, man. Until next time, remember to be kind.
And rewind.